There was empires in Africa called Kush, Timbuktu, where every race came to get books.
Peace and love, black family. This is the Prince of Pan-Africanism, Dr. Umar Johnson, and I support 100% GKTV. That's right, gotkushTV. For the latest conscious information, trending news, and information that you can use, make sure you check out gotkushTV. GKTV, they got that information you need.
1-10-9.
The Man in the Mirror Project. What is the Man in the Mirror Project? Well, the Man in the Mirror Project was an initiative I thought of a few years back, where when I started working within the public schooling system, I felt that there needs to be a change. And this thought came to mind when I started working with young people, and I was working with a group of year 7s in secondary who were on the verge of being excluded, and I felt the support they were getting was more or less non-existent, and I was there working as a learning support mentor, so I was obviously assisting them with their work, and I used to do sessions to kind of build their confidence and self-esteem. People know. So I decided to take it upon myself to create something which can inspire people within our community, and that's why I created Man in the Mirror Project, which first of all started off as a documentary. DVDs over there on this table. So if anyone doesn't have a copy and has not seen the documentary, feel free to purchase the documentary. Topics such as mental health, sexual abuse, foster care, incarceration, parenting, and so forth. And it's also right. I'm going to start off with the youth panel today, which will start within the next 5 minutes. There's 2 young boys I have a relationship with who volunteered to come down and obviously talk about their experiences of what they've obviously been through growing up. So, Mr. Moses, would you like to come to the stage?
Just done so well. I was working for an organisation called Odekunle. So I've done so well, progressed, and I progressed to the permanent advisor, doing supporting residents into work, and I'm still going for great things as well, trying to set up a business very soon. So, so I'm probably changed my life now. Not living as a stereotype of what they call black people doing this and whatever. So, it's a big change for me.
That's beautiful, brother. Wanted to So what is it you do now? What's it?
I'm an employment advisor. I support residents into work, housing associations, their residents into work, helping them to CV, cover their art, just mentoring them, making sure, building up their confidence, so they can actually get a job. And yeah, I do.
Yeah, so I'm going to move on to you in a minute, Bill. Yeah, I met, as Moses mentioned, he met me a few years ago when I started doing all this, and we did a course called the Children and Young People's Workforce Program, and this course was basically helping us understand obviously young people, and I have to take my hat off to Moses because Mr. Moses just, you know, he was like the youngest person on the course. Now, I remember when I started, I thought it was only me because the majority of the students on the course were older than me. So, obviously, Moses came along, I think it was a week or two after, and, you know, he just knuckled down to work. You know, he was very enthusiastic, and it was good to see that you know, that there's still young people out there who want to develop themselves and better themselves. And, you know, I just have to take my hat off to Moses because he stuck there, even through all the trials and tribulations Moses was going through. Because Moses was going through a lot of stuff back then, also myself, and I always encouraged Moses to, you know, come down. Every time he used to call me up, I've got some work for me and stuff. We'll always send him some work, and you know, I have to take my hat off to Moses. He's done, like, he's just done very well. And you know, it's an honor to know this young man. So yes, can we give a round of applause for Mr. Moses?
And then I didn't really like it because it was just a small place. I thought I was there for like 9 hours every single day, doing work constantly. So I got fed up with it. And then didn't really like going. So basically I was just messing with that kind of. So I moved to a second college, like in London. And that's where I am right now. And then it's kind of nice. I like it to do lots of music there, which I'm interested in. Whereas I've got tracks on like SoundCloud, soon doing the music video, like with SBTV, Link Up TV, and all of them, like all of them things and that. And then I think it was the other day when I got caught up in something in London, and I was meeting my mom, and then I was on my mom's face. She wasn't impressed. So then I thought I should change my whole life around. So I started this music event, like not anything like coming out of the house. And I'm not having promotion. So I thought to myself, I'm gonna start doing more.
Yeah, brilliant, brother.
I've made a change, so it gives me great joy to be a great example to other young people, and you know, be a role model. Because I've got other siblings and other people around me that look up to me, so I always have to set that example high, so they can, you know, follow that example, and obviously send the generation down, so they follow that same example as well. And you know, encourage them that they can actually make it as well, not to be discouraged.
Yeah, basically going into the next segment, which I'm going to introduce the guest speakers. And today I have with me Sister Aretha, who will be speaking on our well-being and the importance of our well-being. I've got Sister Amma here, who will be speaking, who has an event which goes on once a year called the Black Doll Expo. And Sister Amma will be talking about, well, she basically covering identity. And Sister Legett, I've got here today, who will be talking about our native tongue. And I've got Muhammed, which will be talking about the public schooling system and the situation with our youth.
What we need to do, so coming to how we can address some of these problems, is build a positive self-image. you need to start to relax. Yeah? When I say relax, a lot of us are too busy running here, running there, and not actually dealing with our personal issue. Stop following bad company. And when your heart or your feelings in your body tell you that something is wrong, listen, because that is your natural intuitive instinct that you were born with. Again, whatever exists in your outer experience is a direct result of what you believe in your heart. So if you're being think that you're being picked on by police, it's because you think that the police have the right to pick on you. So you give them that power. It's kind of deep. I'm hoping to run some workshops soon after this so I can maybe explain it a bit better. And take control of your self-image so that you can program yourself for success. Take control. Just like you program a computer, you have to program yourself and unleash your imagination. So when you start to imagine, this is how I should be, this is how I would like my nation to be, when we all start thinking and singing from the same hymn sheet, we will start to manifest these changes. It might sound simple what I'm saying, but I'm telling you, it is that simple. We need to stop being entangled by, like the brother was talking about, certain programs. And I have to admit, I do watch that program sometimes. And I'm like, yeah, but you have to know how to balance yourself and not just get drawn into the Beyonce, drawn into the Nicki Minaj, and you don't know where you are in the midst of everything. Okay? So that oscillation, that relaxation to master your life, that's what you have to do. And it's a mental picture of self-image. And I think I'm going to leave it there because I was going to go into attention deficit hyperactive disorder, but I think the brother may have covered some of that already. But I would say that I am hoping to complete my degree as a psychologist and help our people, because a lot of what we are dealing with is starting from up here. It's a psychological thing. We might think, oh, it's an economical thing. It is an economical thing, but once you are okay up here, the economical and everything else will just fall into place. So we're not going to put a blame on anything. We're going to start to take responsibility for how we think. How we think. That is the most important. How you think. Yes, we know we're going through these things, but let's solve it through our thoughts. Thank you very much.
I'm saying all of this to say that sometimes it's the little things we do that really matter. And one of the little things we do, and I'll come onto the dolls now. The little things I kept seeing was, something's wrong with the picture that I keep seeing. And that picture was, every time I was going to Ghana or Senegal or whatever, I would see grown men, whether it was in Britain or in America or whatever, carrying lovely dolls to go back for their little girls. And all those dolls were always white. And I kept thinking, what's wrong with this picture? Something has to be done. So, the history of all of that, I retired, and I thought, oh well, the relaxation, the time to chill out, and I don't have to get up early in the morning. But something happened when I went on a course for self-development. I've never been on one. And I was challenged to create something that spoke to my truth, something that would show that I walk my talk. And I thought, I've got to do something about these white dolls. So I created an event where I said, well, We need more black dolls. I want one just like me, and I'm sure my neighbour wants one just like her, whether she's white, black or Asian, or any other ethnic group. So I created the Operation Sankofa. It's Sankofa. And coming on to language, I'm very particular about the fact that when we're using other people's language, we use the right pronunciation. So although you might see it spelled as Sankofa, the word is Sankofa, or Sanwechi, now Kofa, Wonchi. So San, go back, Ko, to go, Fa, to take. So you go back in your history to take what you left behind. You go back in your past to remember the things that you used to do that were good value for you. You go back to doing things that were right, that you knew were right, that you let go of. You go back to search for the things that you can do and put in place for your children so that they will grow knowing that they've got a foundation. Operation came about because psychologically I got sick and tired of going into our areas and seeing billboards that degrade us, of seeing pictures of dead boys and girls on the ground, and gun and knife and this, that and the other. It bombards you. And they create Operation Trident. And they Operation this, Operation that. And I thought, I'm going to create me an operation. So Operation Sankofa, and the dolls was the means by which I would do this. Now why the dolls, black dolls? And it came about because I saw the advert for the black doll that was sold in Denver Walmart or something. And somebody had made a comment about the fact that the doll was like, you know, so they were putting a banner across the face like a little monkey. So they were boycotting the shop. And then I saw the film by Kiri Davis, who was replicating Dr. Clark's experiment with the doll test, where she did this doll test in 2007, and he had done it how many years before then? In the 1930s or something, 40s or something, and got the same result. And we talked to ourselves about civil rights movement, black power, I'm black and I'm proud. And she got the same result. And I thought, no, something's wrong here. Men taking white dolls to their black, brown children. Dolls being labeled monkey. And this result. And if you've ever seen that clip, how many people have actually seen that clip? Where you see that experiment, the doll, you know, where they're asking these 4 or 5-year-olds which doll to choose. They've got 2 dolls. Yeah, you've all seen it. And without fail, every time they ask that black girl, which one looks like you? And she's about to push the white doll, I start to cry. She is about to push the black doll. And in time she stops and pushes the black doll. If that isn't mental slavery, what is? I wrote something down, but it's all gone. It's all gone. Because we need to do something about our situation. And one of the ways to do something is to turn inwards and start with self. The baby in the crib has to have the black, brown doll next to him. It starts there. So that's the basis of why I'm doing it. The images that you put in your houses. Whatever they're doing in school that's not right, bring home quietly and teach your children what is right. And I'll end with just a quote that I write to myself almost every year. Nothing happens unless you make it happen. So know yourself, love yourself, and then be yourself. Thank you.
To change the world, education is that most powerful weapon. And so when you achieve by focusing on your results, because one thing we cannot recycle is wasted time. So we ain't got time to waste. We've got to be focused on our goals. And we want our young ones to understand that being inspired by the education, because what? Each one teach one is what we use in our philosophy. Because education should be about having fun too. No one says that education should be boring. It's about us going out to reach our goals and be the person of our dreams. And like this young man here, we've got to inspire our young brothers and sisters to reach the top and understand that this is very important for them. But I always say this, a child only educated at school is an uneducated child. It ain't about what are you just doing in school. Education is a lifelong process. Education is about reflecting, even when you're walking down the road, it's a form of education. And I actually say this, how much you achieve in life should not be determined by how much your parents earn. Yeah, we need to make sure our children step up above and do what needs to be done, okay? It's about us. And so I'm going to quickly touch on the extra mile attitude, because when you live in gratitude, you elevate the attitude. Yeah, and it's your attitude that determines your altitude. It ain't about exam results. What is your attitude to yourself? So you aim high, you work hard, and you care deeply about what you believe in. And the first person we've got to teach our youth to believe in is themselves. It ain't about the outer, it's about what goes on the inner. It's very important. So no matter what school they go to, we've got to make sure that their school becomes what I call the incubator of success. We want our young people to think about success. I'm going to be honest with you, some of you may not like me for saying this. It ain't about a black school, white school, or Asian school. It's about creating geniuses. It's about creating a mind that can take on the world. Yeah? And so it's about literally determining your attitude to be successful. Okay? And that's what I'm interested in. Attitude of success. And I love this Chinese proverb that says this: learning is a treasure that follows its owner everywhere. So in other words, no matter where you go, when you're educated, that's a treasure that will make sure that literally you're guaranteed for life. Yeah, people pay respect and finance for your being there. It's very important. And so it's about representing your aims and showing improving. And it's about turning education into wisdom, knowledge into wisdom. We want our young people to know what does it feel like not to be good. We want our young people to understand what it means to be great. Yeah, good ain't good enough. It's about feeling great. And so when they see me when I go into schools, they always say this: be cool and enjoy your school. Keep calm and enjoy your school. Keep calm and study on, but most importantly, keep calm and love the investigator. You done know, you done know, you done know. And when they see me, they say, go on, Papa G. Why? Because I teach them, and we know this. In Jamaica, we say, go on. Go on means go, be the best, do what you need to do. And Papa G, why do we teach them about the Papa G? This carries on in a second, don't go down. Papa G, the P-A-P-A-G, is the positive attitude that produces awesome greatness. And it's the attitude that will make them great in their life. So before I carry on, brothers and my queens, please just turn to the brother or sister beside you, look them in the eye and say, go on, Papa G. Give them the green. Yeah, it's about us going.
Greetings, family. Greetings. I am your sister here, and this is for my first presentation, so let's get going. I had to play Peter Tosh because each and every one of us here, oh, thank you. We are an African, and I'm coming from a language perspective. So from Mama Africa, when we left and we dispersed and we was taken away, on our journey, we lost our languages, especially those brothers and sisters from the African diaspora. So what I'm going to talk about is regaining your language and through culture and identity. So playing Peter Tosh, when I was a child listening to that, I found it very profound and I've always loved that. So I thought, why not have this as my opening entry? Our mother tongue is very crucial and it's essential in our development as an individual. Now, you will find that there are a lot of brothers and sisters from the continent who refuse to teach their children their native tongue. And it's very, very sad that takes place. So you'll find that brothers and sisters will say, oh, no, don't bother with that. You're in England now, let's speak English. So I started going to the academy. This is the one that I'm actually developed over a period of time now. And what you found that there are a lot of young people now in their 20s and older, they cannot speak their native tongue, which could be Yoruba, it could be Tree, Ewe, all the beautiful languages that we have in Africa, and also the patois from the Caribbean. I think those are very important because they're a mixture of all the diversity from Africa. And some of the parents say, oh, no, you're in England now, let's speak English. So this is one of the things that's killing us as a people. We're not speaking our traditional languages. So it's a disconnection from the culture, from Africa. Also, well, you'll find that the parents, they actually speak the language to husband and wife or partners, and then when they speak to their children, they speak in English or French or German, a European language. Now this is really, really sad indeed. I did have a presentation, but I actually left it. We're going to go on to the economics of the culture and identity. It is an investment for you to speak your native language. Financially, and also what Brother was talking about, spiritually and mentally. Now, I've come across several adults, and a lady said to me, which was very touching, she said, her parents apologized to her and said, my daughter, I am so sorry that we did not teach the language to you as you was growing up. So she said to me that she felt a loss and she couldn't connect with her culture. Now, one of the things languages does, it actually activates, I won't go into the science of it, but opening up your brain, it deals with your pineal gland. Also, with a language, you start to see things on another level. Also, it introduces you to new words, new attitude, etc. Also, you start looking at things on a different level. With the culture, you start getting interested in the food, the way the brothers and sisters, they dress and the way they think. So it's all-rounder, it's a holistic development. Language is so important, especially now with the climate that we have. If you can speak another language, for example, if you say you want to repatriate and go back and you want to go to Ethiopia, it would be great if you prepare yourself and speak one of the main languages is Amharic. This will prepare you when you go home. You will be more at home and you feel within yourself that you're making a vast contribution with the language as well. So, I am stressing that each and every one of us, whichever language comes to your mind, that is the language that you're supposed to start off with. For me, it was Amharic, and through Amharic, now I'm actually speaking Wolof, Yoruba, and Tree. I learned a little bit of Arabic, which I did on my own, and also Kiswahili will be on the program. What I suggest, it can also be a solution, is once you know that you are pregnant, you start thinking and talking to your child from within the womb. Once the child is a toddler, you start speaking your languages. Its languages is very important. And I found that doing the languages, I found that it's uniting people. Whereas once before you wouldn't even talk to someone because they had a language and you felt left out. So one of the things I wanted to say as well, I have over a period, since August really, I'm trying to develop an academy for African languages. So at the moment we do Wolof, Yoruba, Tree, Amharic. We are expanding, and we should have Kiswahili, Igbo as well, and also knowing the hieroglyphics as well. So I just want to give you a little language taster, just a quick one. Through Wolof, when you meet someone, you will say salam, and because it's the afternoon, we say Jumanang Yabdu, and also how are you is Nangadef. In Yoruba, because it's the afternoon, we will say Ekason Shedadani. Also, when we speak in Kiswahili, we will say Haribi, Habari Mangina, that's good afternoon. Or you will say Hujambo or Haribagani, meaning how are you? And in Amharic, you will say Telestalin. And because we're a group, we will say Endelin as a polite. So it's really great learning another language, and I would say, family, try and regain your mother tongue. And if your mother tongue is English, then I would say try and regain that tongue that was lost. So this is the end of my presentation, and I would like to thank you for listening. And if you need to see me concerning the Academy of African Language classes, then you can see me at the back. So thank you for listening, family, and this is it. Your language is important.
Welcome to GKTV. I am with the man himself, the man in the mirror, the man they call Mr. Suraj, hard working, getting it out there, speaking that real truth. You know, I know this brother from, initially it was a post. He used to put up these posts on Facebook. You know, they'd be about 5 or 6 lines long, and every now and again he'd do like a 15, 20 line one where he was a bit upset about something in the community. But he would look at things in the community which he felt, you know, generally, this is what I understood was not right, and he'd say his piece on it. And not only that, you know, then I got introduced to the man in the mirror concept, and I then met. It was actually in this building just over a year ago, at the ATL event.
Yeah.
So we're here again today, you know, practically a year on. This is Brother Suraj's own event, and you know, you had some great speakers down there. First, let's find out a little bit about yourself, what the event was for, and then we'll speak about the speakers and the content, which was absolutely great.
Well, yes, my name is Suraj Odekunle, as some know already and some don't. This was basically like a third installment, which I titled "Why Do Our Children's Lives Matter?" I thought it was important to bring together our young people, and as well as basically the black family, just to highlight the problems and also identify what solutions we can take in order to make the problem no longer existing. And I thought, you know, it was beautiful today, just, you know, seeing people come down and obviously support, and you know, I'm overwhelmed and stuff, and obviously I want to put on a few more of these events and stuff before, you know, I start traveling more and, you know, probably leave the country and go back and forth and stuff. What can I say on speeches?
Good stuff. Listen, You know, in regards to the content and speakers, now you drew for some big guns to come down here today. When I say man's well connected, you know, but no, in regards, and I don't mean big guns insofar as, you know, better speakers than anybody else, but there are some members of our community who, you know, I don't know everyone in the community, but there are members in the community who stand out only because of what I see by way of their either their Facebook profiles, or, you know, you just see the work that they're doing, or you hear about this. One of those who I had the pleasure of meeting today for the first time was Muhammed.
Yes.
And I caught some of his, because he's got that, you know, that NOI passion, that NOI format of speaking, you know, he touched down with that. I think when we first came into the building, we was able to get an interview with Menelik Shabazz, who was in the building also, and you had other speakers. What was your
Oh, it's Swiss.
My name is JJ Bola.
This is Shakara. Hi sister, my name is Empress Imani.
What's up? It's the world changer McKellamine. You're locked onto gotkush. gotkushTV, the conscious platform for all conscious people. Stay tuned.
There was empires in Africa called Kush, Timbuktu, where every race came to get books. My success to you, even if you wish me the opposite. Sooner or later we'll all see who the prophet is.